Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you another episode, Coffee with Coach. It's Sunday morning. Hope everyone's up, making some moves there. Maybe it's a relaxed day, but still making things happen. I already got up earlier today, walked my dogs, or walked a dog, one of the four, watered some plants and grass, all that good stuff. So today I wanted to share something with you guys about a student that recently passed away. Went to his celebration of life yesterday after class. So did jiu-jitsu in the morning, taught class, and then showered up, and then just went straight to actually it was at one of my other students' house. So Mr. Chad Maples, trained with us for like a short period of time. Didn't train very long, kind of off and on kind of thing. Had some injuries and some other stuff going on. But jiu-jitsu really impacted his life quite a bit, to where even though he didn't train very long with us, and it's been a while since he was on the mat. I mean, it's been, maybe 4 or 5 years, something like that. But I didn't realize like how big of an impact jiu-jitsu had on his life. So anyways, I go over to one of my students' house. Actually, Chad Henderson is one of my students now. And the celebration of life was there at his house for the other Chad Maples, that recently passed away. Passed away in the Guadalupe River. He was swimming, I guess, and he drowned. And it's pretty tough. So it's been about a month or so. I think it's June 7th is when he passed away. I got his little thing here. But anyways, I walk in and they had like stuff all over the house that the food he liked to eat, Rosa's Cafe, and gummy bears that he liked to eat, and they had his gi hanging up. And it hit me pretty hard, because I was like, man, I haven't seen this guy in a long time. And he didn't really train that long, but the short time that he did train with us, jiu-jitsu, he liked jiu-jitsu a lot. And so to walk in and see his gi hanging up, and his belt tied, and his rash guard underneath it on a hanger, and then next to it was like a shelf, and they had like all kind of like family photos and stuff like that. And then at the very bottom, it was like our circle patch that we have on the back of our gis. And then it was like a, I don't know, maybe a 5x7 frame or something like that. As a picture of me and a few of the students with him in it. And it was pretty cool, like, to see that there. I just, someone that just trained that short of a time and has been that long, I just didn't think, it would have that much of an impact on him, but it did. And so, they had, when you go to funerals or celebrations of life things, they got the screen, different family photos and, videos and stuff like that. And a lot of the pictures that was coming through the screen, not a lot, but there was probably, I think, 3 pictures that I saw where he had our T-shirt on, our school T-shirt. I just come to realize, like, man, you just never know how much jiu-jitsu will impact someone's life. Like, I know how much it impact mine, but I don't know how much really deeply it impacts other people, until they tell you, or maybe something like this happens. So anyways, I just wanted to give him a little shout out there, because even though he didn't train that long, or it's been a while since he hasn't trained before he passed, I post YouTube videos a lot, right? Training, or stuff like this before the Coffee with Coach episodes came about. I would still do other like kind of motivational kind of videos. And every now and then he'd comment. So we would communicate through YouTube or something like, maybe like one of my Facebook videos, but mostly it was through a YouTube video. He'd make a comment, and I was always trying to reel him back in, get him back into it, and he'd always say, "I'm coming back," that kind of thing. Just short, little conversations, but we would communicate through the YouTube videos. And so, and actually I had ran into his wife at Sam's Club a little over a month ago, right before that had happened. And of course we're talking, we run into each other, and, we're talking, and, he's like, he wants to come back and all that stuff. And, but life happens, right? Life happens. And so it pulls you away from the mat. And, you think about it and you want to do it. You just haven't actually made the, that move to actually come back. And then here, just probably, I think a few weeks later, I hear about his passing and stuff like that. So I don't want to make it all sad, because like yesterday was supposed to be a celebration of his life. And I just try to do the same thing here, where like, it hit me pretty hard yesterday that, he's only 40 years old, man. He's a young guy. And here he's out with his family, and, he's out swimming, and then, he just never came home. But to walk in to the house yesterday and see our logo and the gi and the pictures coming through on the screen and in the frame and stuff like that, hit me like it just, I don't know, just hit me pretty hard. So I just wanted to give him a shout out, because he did love jiu-jitsu. And then actually in his the pamphlets here that they handed out, it just says he loved his friends, family, God, spiritual teachings. He was into psychology, philosophy, jiu-jitsu, and, sitting there listening to other people share stories of what he liked and stuff was pretty cool, because I didn't get to know all that about him. So being there yesterday, I got to know a lot more about what he liked and what he ate and computers and stuff like that. But to have jiu-jitsu in, this pamphlet that they handed out, program for everyone, it's pretty deep stuff, And actually, Mr. Henderson, Chad Henderson, the house that we were at, I didn't know. I found this out yesterday. So me and Mr. Henderson are talking. We're just kind of hanging out, talking, and he's like, I came to your academy because of Chad Maples. Like, that's why I showed up. Like, he was already training jiu-jitsu, and he was telling me about jiu-jitsu, and so I went to go check it out, and I signed up, and I'm there because of the other Chad Maples. Blew my mind. Like, I just thought they were friends, and, the other Chad Henderson, student of mine, just found us however he found us. I didn't know that it was connected through the guy that, that just passed away. So, man, you just never know. Life's a trip, man. Life's a trip, and you can't, you can't take things for granted. You just never know. You got, this guy here, he's only 40 years old. He goes out swimming with his family, and he doesn't come home. And then I got another friend, Mike Mosqueda. He's actually probably, as we speak right now, having brain surgery, blood clots in his brain, and he hasn't been doing well. And now that he went under this morning, and so just reflecting a lot is all I'm doing. Yesterday, just kind of after I left the house there, I was there for a few hours. And actually, before I left, they asked people, how it goes. Like, they ask people, hey, if you got any, anything, memories you want to share, come up and say something. And before I left, I went up and said a few words, and, met, quite a few friends of his, and they all, a couple of them came up to me and told me how much he loved jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So, I at least owed it to him to, like, go up and say a few words. And because Chad was a nice guy, he was a cool dude. He, like I said, we would, even though he didn't train that long, we still communicated and kept in touch through the YouTube videos and stuff like that. And I didn't really know, like, how much he really liked jiu-jitsu, or kind of just still followed us and kept in contact with us. And so, just wish I had more time, to get to know him, and wish he just stuck with it a little bit more to get to know him, and he could have did jiu-jitsu more. But, it's just the way life works, man. And, like I said, I got another friend of mine right now. Hopefully he comes out of that okay, praying for his family and stuff like that. I know they're going through a lot. I got a good friend of mine right now as we speak having, brain surgery. You never know, man, how life's going to, turn on you. One minute you're here, one minute you're not. So, it's really important that, I get stuff like this out, kind of help, like maybe change your mentality a little bit, because this definitely does. It hit me pretty hard yesterday. Like, man, I can't take, any day for granted, because I might not be here tomorrow. This might be my last video, that kind of thing. So every day is an important day, and every time we just get complacent, get lazy, and just lay back and chill, we're losing opportunities to make things happen, or to spend time with people that we need to spend time with, because you just never know. So anyways, I just wanted to get that out. I just feel like, I need to throw a little shout out to Mr. Maples there, because, like I said, I walk in the house, his gi's hanging up, and actually his wife had sent me a message and was like, hey, how do I tie his belt? So I sent her the video on how to tie the belt and stuff like that, because she wanted to display it there at the celebration yesterday. So to walk in, see his belt and his gi hanging up, and then see pictures and the patch and, stuff like that in the shelf. And then as we're looking at the screen, showing all these family photos, 3 of them go by, and they, he's got our logo on. And actually, his wife shared with me, like, the day they went to go swimming, the day he passed, he had on our jiu-jitsu shorts, our grappling shorts that we wear. And she shared with me, like, hey, you got swim trunks. Like, aren't you going to, like, wear something else, And apparently he was like, no, like, I want to wear these. And so when he passed away, he had on our jiu-jitsu grappling shorts. So crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Hit me pretty hard yesterday, just reflecting all day. Yesterday, woke up this morning having my coffee and stuff, like I said, walking my dog, watering my plants and whatnot, and just thinking a lot about yesterday, and thinking a lot about my friend right now that's actually having brain surgery, So don't take things for granted, guys. Like, don't be lazy. Don't get complacent with things. You got to make things happen. You just have no idea. Like, Mr. Maples is only 40, and my other friend, Mike, I want to say I'm 45, so he's got to be 43, 44, something like that. So, man, we're young, at least I look at it as we're young. I still feel like we got hopefully another 40, 50 years left, but that's not a guarantee. You just never know. I got, like I said, one guy here I'm looking at, his thing here, he's only 40, and then my other friend, he's, hopefully he'll make it, but, he's only 43 years old, 44, and, he's having brain surgery. So don't take life for granted, guys, man. Make things happen. Do what you got to do each and every day, and, tell your loved ones that you love them, and try to spend time with them as much as possible. And, I just wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Maples there, because I believe, he's up there watching down on us, and I wanted to give him a little shout out, because he loved jiu-jitsu that much, to the point where it's in his program here, and his gi and everything else was hanging up at the house yesterday. So anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Make some things happen. Don't take any day for granted. You just never know when's the last day we're going to be here. So get to work, guys. Make it happen. All right, you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.